All right, so now I better understand why there's a certain class of male motivator who insists on the comparative mythology of masculine achievement. I'm going to motivate other men by making them compare themselves to men of the past. And women do this as well. The Good Girls Don't Make History is a comparative mythology of women of the past. And Christine de Pizan does a comparative mythology of women of the past to claims of men of her present regarding women of the present and the past. And so what I'm saying is that this literature has existed. And part of why what I'm so upset about is that it's really not hard to know what I know. If I'm disappointed in my contemporaries in my generation, I'm disappointed that they haven't put in anything approaching the amount of work they congratulate themselves for. State schools get their funding based on graduation results. That's at every level. Your university degree, your bachelor's degree, isn't worth the paper it's printed on. You cannot publish an academic paper with what you learn from a bachelor's degree. You cannot walk into a CEO position with what you've learned with an undergrad degree. You can't walk into an entry-level academic job with a master's degree. Those degrees are not worth the paper they're printed on because those schools are paid to give them away. And so I better understand that you don't know whom to orient yourself toward and whom to compete with, because you know you can't make a soda that's going to compete with Coca-Cola, because you already know, whether you know it or not, that every single step of the way is rigged against you. And so in that way, I cannot understand why I can't generate a larger following. Why more of you don't subscribe. Actually, no, I do understand it. Now that I've said it out loud, I understand it perfectly. It's that you feel like there are roadblocks in your way, so you're going to put a roadblock in my way to make yourself feel better about the roadblocks in your way. Instead of working together as a team, you, me, and everybody else who subscribes and follows and orients themselves in the direction I'm going, to bust roadblocks just because we can. Those roadblocks only exist because rich people were able to pay the motherfuckers who get paid to put roadblocks in place for poor people. That doesn't have to exist. It didn't use to exist. There was a span in the history of the United States where those roadblocks did not exist. And there was a span in the history of the United States where prosperity was as high as it has ever been in human history. And then we regressed. You don't have to go backward forever. In fact, it's hard to sustain. Ask that train.